Everybody thinks a buyer's market means buyers finally get to breathe. But sometimes it's the opposite. In buyer's market, prices may be softer and sellers may be more flexible and more motivated to sell. But somehow buyers still face their own challenges and become too nervous to make a move. And that can make buyers see a good opportunity as a trap. Here's the thing, a buyer's market does not remove risk. It changes what kind of risk you are carrying. You may have more negotiation power, but buyer's market can still create challenges for buyers. So today, let's look at why fear stops good buyers from acting, why financing gets scarier, not easier when prices soften, and why the best deals usually look the least exciting. Let's get into it. Think back to early 2023 in the GTA. Prices had dropped off the 2022 peak. The average home price was around 1.13 million. When prices start falling, buying a home suddenly start feeling risky. And you start thinking, what if the prices fall more? What if I buy now and lose money? What if I should have waited? A buyer may like the home, they may qualify for it, they may even plan to live there for many years, but they still have the fear of regret. And here's the problem. You can make a great decision and still watch the price move either way afterwards. Nobody controls that part. The question that actually matters is, can I afford this? And does it work for my life the next 5 years? If yes, waiting for total certainty just keeps you out of the market forever. Here's another situation, I see it all the time. A home sits on the market for 30, 40, or even 60 days. And instead of seeing it as an opportunity, buyers immediately become suspicious. They start asking, why hasn't anybody bought it? Maybe other buyers discover something I don't know. Then the overthinking begins. Maybe it's overpriced. Maybe it needs expensive repairs. Maybe the seller is difficult and unwilling to negotiate. Or maybe there's something wrong with the property that is not obvious during the showing. What you need to know, don't assume the wrong. And don't assume it's a steal either. Just you need to find out why has not sold. If the reason is flexible, that lack of competition just becomes your leverage. But if the reason is serious, just walk. Here's another situation that I see it all the time. A buyer's market can create unrealistic expectation. Buyers may start thinking they should get everything. The perfect neighborhood, a fully renovated home, a large lot, a finished basement, a low price, and another major discount on top of that. But just to let you know, every home has a compromise. One home has the right location but needs updates. Another home is beautiful but has a higher monthly cost. Another home has the right price but it's further from work. If you keep rejecting every property because something better might come up, you may never make a decision. At that point, you are no longer looking for a good opportunity. You are looking for a deal with no compromise and no risk. Let's be real, that usually does not exist. The goal is not to find the perfect home. The goal is to find a home that meets your most important needs, fits your budget, and does not create a problem that you cannot live with. Financing is actually stressful in any market, but the fear changes shape depending on which one you are in. In a seller market, the fear of losing the home, you see 6 offers on one property, so buyers stretch their budget to drop the financing condition and tell themselves, oh, the bank will approve me. I will make it work. That fear makes the buyers rush. In a buyer's market, the fear flips. Now it's the fear of making a mistake. What if the prices drop after I buy? What if rates come down? What if I lose my job? Even buyers who can comfortably afford the home keeps waiting for the price, the rate, and the economy to all feel safe at once. I'll save you the suspense. That day never comes. One fear makes the buyer rush and the other fear makes the buyer freeze. But here's the thing. In a soft market, the financing risk is not just in your head. Actually, 2 real problems show up. First, the appraisal gap. Let's say you agree to pay $850,000. The appraiser says, oh, the home worth $820,000. So the bank will lend you on the lower number. And that 30 grand comes out of your pocket, unless you protected yourself. The second problem is the pre-approval is not approval. Pre-approval covers you. The final approval covers you and the house. In a falling market, lenders look harder at the property itself. And it's the house side that fail more often. So here's the fix. And the good news is a buyer's market actually hands you the tools. The first include the financing condition. In a bidding war, you couldn't. In a slow market, you can, so use it. Now, if the appraisal comes in low, it's a renegotiation, not a crisis. The second point, get a real approval. Document in, income verified, rates hold. That's your starting point, not your green light. Third point, buy below your maximum. The bank approves your maximum. You should buy at your comfortable budget. It's two different numbers, and it's only one number make you sleep at night. And try not to time rates, and here's why. When rates finally fall, buyers flood back to the market and prices firm up. So whatever you save on the rate, you can hand right back on the price. If this were my money, I would rather a soft market with a financing condition over a hot market without one. Every single time. By the way, I'm Ilham Ibrahim, a realtor here in the GTA. If you're trying to figure out what any of this means for you, for your situation, reach out to me. We can jump on a call or grab a coffee if you're local. My info in the description. More listings sounds like good news, right? But sometimes they just create paralysis. Third house in, you are not judging it anymore. You are comparing it to the first two. And everything starts looking wrong. You need to fix this before you look. You need to pick 2 or 3 must-haves and decide upfront what you are willing to trade. Bigger backyard, longer drive, steps to the transit, smaller kitchen. Every budget in the GTA trades something. And here's another thing, the properties nobody's competing for. That's actually where the value hides. A property with zero competition is one of two things. Either a good deal or a property that deserves no competition. So your job is to figure out which is what. Ask yourself 4 questions before you fall in love or walk away. Why hasn't sold? Is it the reason fixable, like bad photos, or permanent, like train tracks in the backyard? Is the flaw cosmetic or structural? What is care of your buyer too when it's your turn to sell the home? And has the price already been cut once? Because a seller who cut once is a seller who's ready to talk. When you do negotiate, bring evidence, not attitude. You need to pull all the actual sold prices nearby, not the asking price. You need to walk the sellers through the math. And remember, price is not only the lever. Could be closing dates, could be repair, condition. Sometimes those are worth more than another $10,000 off. So, can a buyer's market actually work against buyers? Absolutely yes. If fear keeps you frozen, or too many choices keep you browsing forever, or you mistake cheap for good, yes. But you need to prepare for it. This market hands you something a hot market will never do: time and control. So before you submit an offer, ask yourself one thing. Can I afford it? Do I know why it's still sitting there? And am I buying because it fits or just because it's cheap? So if you get clear answers, go. If you got fuzzy answers, no prices fix that. That's the real advantage of buyer's market. Not certainty, it's control. If you like this video, I highly appreciate if you like and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.